Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year.
What is it, January? It's January 2nd, so
Ja-
2nd,
2021.
2021. Can't believe how fast time goes by.
Yeah, hopefully this year will be a better year for all of us.
For sure, for sure. So, my name's Emmanuel,
And Shinji, yeah.
and this is kind of the kickoff to a series of videos that we're going to be doing that talks about the making of our movie MANO, and independent feature film that I wrote and directed, and Shinji is the leading actor in the film, and gonna just do an intro today and kind of talk about how we met and project got started, and then later on record some videos that go into more details about pre-production, casting, location, filming, and some of the things things I learned during the process of making the film, things I would do differently, and hopefully this will be helpful for other filmmakers that are maybe doing, a similar kind of micro budget film, especially if you're overseas, like an expat somewhere, trying to do a film. I think maybe you might find something useful. So.
Yeah, Emmanuel, you did a really good job on editing all this, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's like 95 minutes now.
95 minutes?
Ish. Yeah, it's been around there.
Yeah, like getting all the sound people, so many people you gathered together to work on these projects, and yeah, it came out amazing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I mean, to say that I couldn't have done it without you is an understatement. Yeah, meeting you. I had the core of the idea before we met, but it was sort of like a cloudy, nebulous sort of concept, and then meeting you with your background, I think everything came together. I think, and that was a big motivation for me to get my act together and start planning and get the film into production.
When was the last time? When was the first time we started talking about this project, MANO?
That's a good question.
I think I was still living in California, San Francisco, and I was visiting Japan, my family, once a year, and I was hanging out in this place called Kichijoji. That's where I met Emmanuel, and we became friends. And we kept in touch to talk about these projects to do in Rio. And, and I moved to Tokyo 5 years ago, and that's the time that we officially start filming.
Yeah. 5-year project. I hate to say that because it was like, in hindsight, there's so many things I would have done differently that would have made it so I could do the film in a shorter amount of time. But no, it took 5 years. But yeah, we met Harmonica Yokocho, which is this kind of cool, old school back alley drinking area in Kichijoji.
I really recommend that place to go.
For sure.
It's kind of like if you compare, it's like a Berkeley, California, kind of like a college town. Kichijoji is, and not like Shinjuku, like too crowded, but it's nice, right?
Yeah. It's not like in the downtown Tokyo area. It's a little bit outside, so you get away from some of the craziness.
And look at this park, this park called Inogashira Koen, and it's quite big park, and we always hang out here.
Yeah, it looks like we're in the country, but we're actually just in the park in the suburb of Tokyo on a really beautiful day, actually. Really, really stunning, beautiful day.
So the way, I think it was several years ago that we met. I was still living in California, but the funny thing, how we met in that Harmonica Yokocho, it's like a drinking place, was that I was wearing a Giants hat, SF Giants, and he actually spot me and approach me. He can talk to me and says like, "Wow, Giants! Go Giants!" And I was like, "Okay, cool." Like we started talking and found out that he's also from San Francisco, and then from that point, we connect and start talking about this movie. he does a lot of art, motion graphics. My background is also advertising as a creative director. But I was always like interested in film, and glad to meet with Emmanuel that time. That was a perfect timing because I was coming back to Japan for good. So yeah, it was summertime 5 years ago. We shot this.
You'd done some acting before, you said.
Yeah. I went to school, Academy of Art, and a lot of motion graphic department people, students approached me and be an actor, and I'm always willing to do that because I always love to act. And I've done some modeling, runway in San Francisco, Hotel W. And after I came back from Japan, I got into this talent agency and being in 3 commercials in Japan past 3 years. But never really done the film this long. So I was really excited about it.
Yeah. One of the things I think that really helped the story come together in the atmosphere, and because the film is in Spanish and Japanese, and I should probably say a few words about the film, right? So it's called MANO, and it's about a Latin American immigrant, half Japanese, half Latin American immigrant to Japan, who lives in Tokyo and lives this kind of mundane existence, just working kind of construction jobs, and kind of just an aimless life, kind of drinking his life away, and doesn't really have any memory of his past. And then what the film does is, through a series of kind of very surreal incidences, the character that Shinji plays has to come to terms with these tragic events from his past and kind of face them. And the film is about what happens. And but I think that your background, being born in Central America, was like, and speaking fluent Spanish, was like, that's where. Maybe you want to say something about, a little bit about your background and.
Yeah. So basically in this movie, I act as a Tomas, and from Central.
Character names.
Yeah, the
Tomas.
character called Tomas.
Yeah.
And it's the same background. I was born in Honduras, and lived in Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Uruguay, Canary Island, and in San Francisco. Over 20 years, I've been using a lot of Spanish, so this role was a perfect role for this, that I can act in Spanish. At the same time, I have some dialogue in Japanese, dealing with Japanese mafias,
Yeah, got to throw in the Yakuza a little bit.
Yeah, I'm so. You did a great casting, bringing all these actors, but they're actually looking real Yakuza people.
Yeah. The guy, there's a guy in the film that plays a Yakuza type character, and great actor, Hanazawa-san. Maybe at some point I can get him together and shoot a little kind of video about his experience with the film. He seemed to enjoy it. But he's had some pretty good roles in the last few years. He was in one of the recent Godzilla movies. He's played some kind of mafia type characters. He's about 6'3", 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, huge guy.
Kickboxer, so pretty, pretty intense guy. But yeah, I mean, I got really lucky with casting. We found, Alex who plays this mysterious Mexican character in the film, kind of styled after the Malverde Mexican folk hero. Did an excellent job. Jazz, his main actress, who is she's half French and half Bangladeshi.
And spoke Spanish.
So she did an awesome job. So
how did you get all these people from Craigslist, or what? How did you find these people?
So yeah, I'm like a total outsider to any kind of film world in Japan. I don't know anybody. A few people here and there, but I'm just an independent filmmaker, so I have no connection. Everybody I got Craigslist, actually, Craigslist Tokyo. I got a few. I think that's how I found Jazz. I'm pretty sure. I'll maybe double check on that. Then also there's some local Facebook filmmaking groups that were really helpful. And then the other thing was when I found that theater out in Tanashi where we shot a bunch of scenes. The owners introduced me to several characters.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
That Hanazawa-san, they introduced me. So I think that's one of the things about independent filmmaking is, it pays to be friendly and just meet people and talk about your project and just kind of do that kind of network, because that I think a lot of people just came through our personal network. Other kind of extras and other parts. People they introduced us, and
Yeah, you were really like go-getter, like really, push your butt to meet these people and search, the location.
Yeah.
And, I think like location-wise, we went to shoot Yamanashi, right?
yeah,
And in like an old school Japanese house. That place was amazing. Like,
yeah. That really added a lot to the film. I mean, to be able to shoot there, we released this house from the 20s, I guess 100-year-old house on the side of a mountainside in the mountains of Japan. Beautiful location, and that really added. And again, that was that theater group where we filmed at in Tanashi introduced me to that couple. So
that was like an old building, like it was almost going to collapse or something. One time we were filming and a big earthquake came, and whole like our phone was ringing with the emergency, like the earthquake, and then the whole building was shaking. We were like evacuating. I think I got the.
I think so. We'll have to cut that in, or maybe right about here. That was not the Yamanashi old house location. That was one of the principal locations here in Tokyo. It was like an old kind of 50s rundown apartment building.
The mountains were beautiful. The nature during the nighttime, you don't see any lights around. It was so freaking dark.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy like running around the mountain, and that's one of the scenes that we shot.
Yeah.
It was just like running on the mountain. And then you got to go down again, and then you got to take another shot, and then you got to run back up again.
Yeah, I got so lucky with that location, the rural location in the mountains of Yamanashi, because I needed a forest, like a deep overgrown forest, and this house just happened to be at the edge of one, right? And so we were able to shoot the scenes in the house, and then cruise up into the forest and get those shots done. So
And we got a bunch of like crews, like the sound, Jeff.
yeah, Jeff Ruiz, the location sound recordist, and then also the sound designer for the film. He had such a big impact on the film. I'm really thankful for him. A native of Mexico City. Yeah, lived here in Japan. Lives here in Japan now.
Yeah. We met amazing people.
Yeah.
Even people were like just helping us out for like 1 day or 2 days.
Yeah.
Forgot that guy from University of Waseda. Students.
Danny. Yeah. He great, awesome guy. He helped out. He's around. But funny thing. I've run into him a few times. He's back in Tokyo.
No, I do run into him too. I run into him in Shibuya.
Yeah.
I run into him in Kishijoji. We were together.
Yeah.
Remember the last time?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like what? French? No, Swedish.
French Canadian.
French Canadian.
I think so.
Yeah. French Canadian. Yeah.
So probably I kind of wanted to do this first video just as an introduction and introduce the film and Shinji and I, and just the current status of the film is that it's been released. I've released it on Amazon streaming, so it's available for rent. or to purchase, and it's on Amazon in the U.S., Amazon Japan, and Amazon UK. So if you just search La Mano, maybe do a most recent listing filter, it'll should show up at the top. And love for any support from you guys out there to take a look at the film, watch it, and let me know what you think. If you like it, a review is always really, really appreciated. It's been a multi-year labor of love, and so any kind of positive encouragement is appreciated. And we'll shoot some more of these. And
I think we should. So many people give good feedback on this movie.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, they're not really used to. They only know the Hollywood movie, but like they don't really know like the independent film.
Yeah.
And when they watched it, and they were like, wow, that's like a pretty good like production.
Yeah.
The good sound and good like a long screen format, like a real movie. I mean, it is a movie.
Yeah,
It's a real
wide
movie.
aspect ratio.
Yeah, and when I saw the opening was great. Like I felt like I was like really in an official movie.
I think a lot of people were surprised because we kind of wrangled together friends and a lot of people to help us, and they kind of probably had low expectations for how it would turn out.
Yeah. I mean, usually the film is like involve over 100 people, and with a lot of high production, budget. But yeah, so people didn't really expect to have this outcome.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy. I watched it quite some time, like many times, and kind of like reviewing how is my acting and stuff. But that was a good experience.
Yep. Had a good time. And I'll say one quick thing. It's January 2nd, 2021. One of the things that made completing the film and promoting it kind of frustrating is this global pandemic we're all experiencing, and kind of threw a wrench into a lot of my plans for promotion and festivals and things like that. So it's one of the reasons why I decided against delaying releasing the film and have released it on Amazon now, so to get it out there as opposed to waiting until the pandemic is finished. So these videos are one way to kind of get more people to see the film and build a little bit of an audience around it. So
yeah, please check it out. Please check it out.
Yep. Thanks, man. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll do some more of these.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers.